Okay, so we're gonna go over the emails since Mr. Perry likes to deleting pertinent emails, hacking my computer and cloning my phone or whatnot, and illegally accessing accounts he's not authorized to be in, and just changing shit up as his however he feels, he wants to. So we've been doing this lately. Just video it. Okay, the intel today is your what you're gonna pay for me right now. You're gonna pay. You have a consequence for keeping me from my son, making me broke, invading my privacy, and you harass me all fucking day. And you don't get to do that without it costing you something, not to me. As we said earlier, every contact, every problem, every loss, I get more because that's part of the crime being investigated. I get more information we're going to use to ruin him in a criminal case. Ruin him. Bury him in it. He wants to shit his criminal excrement all over me. That's fine. We just poop scoop it, and when we go to court in his criminal case after my boss puts him in jail and we're in trial, we'll bury him in it. And then maybe it'll occur to him maybe he shouldn't have done that to me. It's different when you do it to me, but it's the same every time you do it. Different than the other victims, same every time you do it to me. You make a problem for me, they make problems for you. You take from me, they take something from you. Every contact, every problem, every loss costs you something. Okay? You think you're God? You're gonna try to play God? We're gonna show you you're not God at all. We're gonna show you. Okay? You got everybody pissed off at you. Not just my side, but your side too. Everybody's pissed off at you. But you like that, don't you, Mr. Perry? You like pissing our guys off, doing some horrible thing to me no normal person could even imagine, much less do. More than once a day, usually. And harassing me all day. And then you have the nerve to ask me for help with information, and you don't get to ask me for fuck. It'll come out of your ass one way or the other. You're going to wish you had not done that. You're really going to wish you had not done that in the future. You're going to wish you hadn't done it. Kind of like now, we shouldn't have done this. We shouldn't have done that. We shouldn't have done this. We should have done this instead of this. How many regrets did you discuss today? How many? A bunch, right? Oh, maybe we shouldn't have done this. Maybe we should. Oh, yeah? This is all said and done, there's going to be a lot of I shouldn't have done that's for all of you. Okay, you get caught when you do it to me. We get it beforehand most times, not after. Not every time, but most times. It's different than the other victims, but it's the same every time you do it. Every time you contact me, Charles, I get more. Every time you contact me, all my skin crawls. It makes me want to gag and throw up. I can't stand it, and you're invading my privacy to do it, and I can't stand it. Every part of my skin crawls. Every inch of my skin crawls. Every part of me wants to throw up. I can't stand it. And you never shut up. You have harassed me all day long. And for that, and you are keeping me from my kids, so for that, you paid with intel today. See? We're quoting you. You are not quoting us. And you act like you think it's the other way around. Your way's not working. Your way doesn't work. And for anybody to sit there and go, I can't believe she's doing this. Wait, let's back that up a little bit. You can't believe I'm doing what? Not voluntarily going to be raped and murdered? You're trying to murder me now. You're raping me now. You've tried to starve me to death. You have treated me worse than people treat a dog. If you treated a dog like you've treated me, you go to jail for animal abuse. And you think I want to go voluntarily walk into that? And you can't believe I'm fighting that? I can't believe she's doing this. Not voluntarily going to be tortured and raped and murdered. I can't believe it. You're shitting us with that, right? Do you say that with a straight face? You fucking idiot, whoever says that? We're listening to all these guys that are sitting in a room. So they're all talking to each other about how to get me trafficked. Human trafficked. Like they think we don't all know. Like they're so dumb. Even though we talk about it pretty much every day, they think nobody will suspect a thing. We're like, oh my God. this, like we said, it's so easy. But you have consequences when you do this shit to me. You take something from me, we're going to take something from you. It's going to cost you. We're going to use it to put you in jail and bury you in any criminal case. We're going to ruin you. We're going to bury you in it. That's what we want. That's what I want. So no, I'm not going to go voluntarily to get tortured, raped, and murdered. You act like I'm 57-year-old granny. I am not a teenage runaway you dug out of a ditch. I had money. You made me broke. I had a BMW. I had a nice little house. You're the ones who made me broke. I got that money all by myself. Okay? There's some of it my ex-husband helped me make, very much helped me make. Some of it I got by myself. Before I even met my ex-husband, I had an Infiniti Q45. And then I had one of those, the newest of the new Acuras, TL, whatever it was, 2.5 or something, I don't know. Brand spanking, it was an $800 payment a month. I know how to make money. I don't need you. Never did. You're taking the money I make. You're interfering with making money. So you act like you think I need you. So we don't have words for this. How is it possible this many people are this stupid for this long and you're not in a nursing home? How is that possible? Okay, I don't need you. You're the problem. The guys helping me are the solution. You are the problems. All of you guys are the So they sit in a room and they sit there and try to figure out how can we get her trafficked and pimp her out and get rich using her body for our profit. We're going to use taxpayer dollars to do this, to facilitate human trafficking delivery. You've been trying to deliver me for 6 years. We've talked about this just this morning. How is it possible that this many people are this stupid for this long and you're not in a nursing home? Literally so easy, it's not even fair. When you say, I can't believe she's doing this, you can't believe I will never go voluntarily to be tortured, raped, and murdered so you can get rich off of that violent crime against me. You're that stupid that you would let those words come out of your mouth with a straight face? Really? You're shitting us with this, right? What kind of dumbbat are you? What kind of dumbbat are you? So these guys sit in a room. There's more than one. So we're hearing them talking. I don't always know which one says what. So there's more than one person in a room and having a meeting. How can we get her delivered? How can we make her sick enough to go to the hospital and get her on Medicare or welfare so we can collect her welfare benefits after we kidnap her? Probably collecting some people are dead. Some girls you murdered at your compound and you're still collecting the benefits and they're buried out in the back, aren't they? Did George and Keith ever investigate any of this? Did they ever look at your compounds to see, can any of those kids read? We heard that one of the guys, after we talked to John Doe, go get your fucking kids out of the house, out of the compound, and take care of them. There's your out. Take it or not. I don't care. It's not no skin off our nose if you don't take the out. We don't need the out. You need the out. So we heard that somebody else, different person, heard it and went, I think I'll do that. And went to check into getting his kids out of there and found out for the first time they can't read. And like one of them's 13 years old. Did George and Keith look into that? Because my guys are looking into that. Do you think I'm going to go to that? You're broke ghetto ass. Everybody's starving to death. Nobody has proper medical care. Kids can't even read your dungeon and get tortured and raped and murdered. And you can't believe I'm doing this. Fighting you off? Have you fallen down and bonked your little head on the pavement? How are you guys sitting in your little room, all not in a nursing home? How is that possible for people to be this stupid for this long? And you say, we don't even, what do you say to that? Okay, so I have this. It's not just Charles Berry, there's a whole bunch of you. And some of you aren't even involved in the damn little lawsuits you got going, right? No, you're not, are you? Yeah. Okay, so this is, in fact, the guys told me, unless you just have to address Charles or David because they actually did something and we can prove that, use the other ones that aren't in the lawsuit. Gregory and Lucius and those guys. They're not in the lawsuit. Use them. Gerard, Brody, Use them. When you're addressing something collectively kind of they've done, or they've done something and we know it's not Charles and Dave, maybe directly, maybe indirectly it is them, or they were in the meeting, but let's not talk about them since they were in the lawsuit. Let's talk about the guys that were not in the lawsuit as much as you can from here on out. So, we found out beforehand, right? Or whatever, and you don't know how they find out, how they know to do that. Well, the guys told me, since they did this bogus lawsuit that's a bunch of fraud and we don't even want you to dignify it with a response because we're fixing to put them in jail and we'll deal with it in the criminal case. You don't need to do a damn thing. But since they've got that, unless there's something that we can prove David specifically did it or Charles specifically did it, don't even mention them. Just mention the other ones helping them that aren't in the lawsuit. Okay? That's our next strategy. Okay? Prepare yourselves. And what we said this morning, when they get caught, they do it to me. And what is Charles and Dave's solution? Do it more. Do it more. Harass her more. Starve her more. Keep her from her son more. Cause all the problems more. Right? We're caught, but let's do it more. That's our solution. And it's not even working for you. It is not. And then you say stupid things like, I can't believe she's doing this. Not voluntarily going to be raped, tortured, and murdered. So, do you have people, Brody, Gerard, Gregory Lucius, at your compounds, Gordy? Do you have people at these compounds who are deceased and buried out in the back of the compound, which makes it stink over there? And, dead bodies decomposing tends to make a little stench that you're still collecting welfare benefits on? If George and Keith checked, could you prove you're not? Okay, why are there 13-year-olds who can't read? Yeah, did George and Keith check into that? Have they been there and have those kids read to them or do math? Can they do math? Can they do anything? Except get raped every day and get ripped out of their beds while they're trying to sleep? So that you can get rich off the violent crimes against women and children? And you can't figure out why we get help and nobody help you? Interfere with what we're doing, really? I'm at a loss. Okay, so this went out, and this was the thing about this morning. We trafficked her, and we've had 6 years we can't deliver. She keeps finding out what we're trying to do to coerce delivery or flat out kidnap her before we even get a chance to do it. And so, you should expect it by now, don't you think? Dum-dum, don't you think you should expect it by now? Gerard, dum-dum, were you the one that said that? Don't you think you should expect... I'm not going to talk about Charles and Dave. They're in a lawsuit. You're not. So I'll direct the conversation towards Gerard or Gregory or Lucius or Gordy. Shouldn't you expect it by now? Huh? You're not in the lawsuit, but you're doing stuff to me that I could sue you. After a criminal case, probably I will. Right? If you don't resolve it beforehand. Okay, so we got all this. We're going to show everything we got. See, there's a price to be paid when you do the crime to me and my kids. You're keeping me from my son, so you're going to pay for that somehow right now. And then when they put you in jail and start charging you with stuff, then you'll have more to deal with. And where I live will be the last thing on your mind. It should be now. Right now, since you know this is coming, you should be preparing a criminal defense. If you were smart, that's what you'd be doing and not harassing me all day. But you're not smart, so we've established that. Right? Bunch of dumbasses. I don't know how so many people could be this stupid and not be in a nursing home. This stupid for this long. Look at this. This is for keeping me from my son. You paid all day with Intel. This is for making me broke. You paid all day with Intel. We take it out of your ass. Somehow, some way now. Later on down the road, it'll be a lot worse than this. But we'll use this to get to that. This is step A, that's step B, right? And, you invaded my privacy. You're in my privacy against my will without my consent. Your contact is against my will without my consent. You got congressmen cringing when they hear what you do to me all day to harass me. You just don't care, do you? Not smart enough to care. Okay, you should expect what you've gotten for 6 years. Why in the world would you not expect that all the time? You don't know me, do you? Well, whose problem is that? Whose fault is that? Look at this. Okay, so this last one. Yeah, Mr. Perry cannot mind his own business to save his life. Can't do it. He cannot he's always sticking his nose where it don't belong. Can't mind his own business to save his damn life. Can't you tell them to stop? Lay off of her for a bit. They won't, I can tell them, but they won't. Because somebody in the White House said the same thing late last year, and it didn't work for them. You think it's going to work for you? If it doesn't work for the White House, what you're doing isn't working, or you wouldn't be calling me. So stop doing what's not working. And lay off of her. Give her what she wants, and get off her back. No! Okay, then I can't help you. I can't help you. You know everything. You figure it out on your own, and don't call me anymore. Yep. And then this one here. They wanted her back out the club. They have this plan. They were going to tell her ex-husband to tell her, I will not pay rent for you anymore. And then have the club owner call her and say, there was just a misunderstanding, come back to work out here. So they could get access to her because I don't have access to her right now. She changed her gym membership, and I did actually. She was at Vaza Gym, and they threatened to kidnap her there, so she quit going. And then changed gyms. Now the same thing's happening at the new gym. She can't go to the grocery without not being able to buy regular food that's not contaminated. We've talked about this again and again. You're caught, David, Joe. I'm not Joe. David, Charles, Gordy, whoever you guys are that in your little crowd of, human trafficking people that do that to women. They do that to women and can't figure out. Nobody will give you even my boss's name, not even his name, in 15 years. But you can bang on things, huh? You can sit there and pretend, play with your little doll. So there's that, right? And bother people all day. By the way, this guy said he's harassing her all day, and her family's been complaining, and her friends have been complaining there. He's harassing them too. Do you just have no life at all? Does this not embarrass you at all? That you have no life and all you do all day is harass people? This is not how professional people, businessmen behave. This is not how elected officials behave. This is how, childish monsters behave. How many people pick on one woman? How many people pick? But he basically said, knock it off. Tell them to knock it off. What they're doing is not helping anything. Well, they think it is, so. Yeah, okay. This one is the one. Her friends, her family complaining. He's not just harassing her, he's harassing them too. He has nothing better to do all day than harass other people. And this is not what professional businessmen do. And this is not what elected officials do. And this is not what, normal people do. So why are you doing it? Why are you doing it? Okay, you can't get somebody to help you because of the way you act. And the things you do are horrifying people. And embarrassing, frankly. And it's not working even for you. So, you don't like that she finds out beforehand what crap you're going to do to her next, this horrible criminal something. No. Bullshit. If you didn't like that, you'd stop. Happens every time you do it to her. You know why? Because her guys are smart, and they're methodical, and they're strategic, and they took their time to do their homework and their research, and they found out what everybody wants, and it's not this. So, she will find out again tomorrow. You can take it to Vegas and bet on it. It's a sure win. She will find out again tomorrow. Quit thinking that she won't. And that was said in September 2023. And we have repeated that every day since. And then shown you, see, he was right every day since. Because people can't believe anybody would do the horrific, unimaginable, depraved, demented things you people do. I can't believe she's doing this. Not voluntarily going to be tortured, raped, and murdered. so you can get rich off the violent crime against me? Whoever said that? Your voice does not sound familiar to me like some of the other people's voices I've been listening to over the years. Why don't you come talk to me? And I'm going to slap you across the face for being so stupid that you would let those words come out of your mouth. I can't even imagine. What is your IQ? Like ice? What ice is? How can you be stupid enough to let those words come out of your mouth? I can't believe she's doing this. Refusing to be voluntarily come with us and be tortured, raped, and murdered. Now, when you guys sit down and think that you're going to trick me into something, you need to remember I've been doing this with fighting you people off and dealing with this and navigating the very tricky waters that you have created for me for 15 years. That is not a day or a week or a month. That is a decade and a half. So don't think you're going to bullshit me and get away with that. You're bullshitting yourself. And you will look, I promise you, nothing makes me happier than to make you guys look like complete buffoons. And anyone helping you too. What did we say? We really don't like making cops look stupid unless they're stupid. And I enjoy it if you're stupid, cop or not. If you want to look like a buffoon that bad, I will help you do it. I will be glad to help you look like the dumbest fuck on the planet. As much as I can. So if you want to think that you're going to trick me into something at this point, 15 years into this, when I pretty much know your game, and I've avoided your pitfalls for a decade and a half, and I have a lot of help. I have a whole team behind me. I have backup. I have a lot. I can't do this by myself. I was not anywhere near those two people talking. So somehow, someone helped me get it. Right? Dum-dum. Wouldn't they have... Gerard, are you the dum-dum that said, I can't believe she's doing this? Was that you? Who's the dum-dum that said, I can't believe she's doing this? I can't even imagine what kind of stupid you must be that you would actually say those words. I can't believe she's doing this. Not voluntarily going to be raped, tortured, and murdered. How in the hell could that happen? Wow. I want you to say that to my face so bad. You have no idea. I really want you to say those words to my face so bad. You have no idea. What kind of idiot does that? What kind of idiot let those words actually come out of your mouth? It's bad enough you think it, but you actually let the words come out of your mouth a couple of times, more than once. And you don't get what a buffoon you look like? Saying something that... So you're not going to trick me into anything. You're not going to sit me down and talk me into anything. And you're complete delusional if you think you would. 15 years into this, as I've navigated around every fucked up thing you've tried to do to me for 15 years. 15 years. And we get better at it and better at it and better. In fact, a lot of times when you guys would send somebody in the club to try to get something out of me, I would fuck with you so bad you don't even know. Don't you remember Regina Phalange? You don't remember Regina Phalange? Sometimes I knew beforehand what was going to happen. Sometimes the guys would be like, you got this. They're going to fuck with you. Just fuck right back with them. Fuck with them. Play with their heads. Okay. So I can do it too. That's the thing. That's why I'm on the team. And, other people aren't. Because I know how to fuck with your fucking idiots as well. Okay? Your people are idiots. This has been so easy, it's not fair. If you weren't so cruel and nasty, we'd feel really bad for you. You're that stupid. You're that stupid. It's been 6 years you've been trying to deliver and you have not done it yet. What does that tell you? Does it ever take you that long? I don't want to go with you. I will not go with you. It will be to the death. I will fight you. I will fight you to the death. So you thinking you're just going to come tell me and you're going to bully me and you have to go. You better mind us. Come tell me that to my face and watch what we do. You want to bet your brains on the fact that you walk away alive? You get that close to me? Try it and see. I really don't give a fuck. I really don't. I don't give two shits what they do to you at all. Okay, you don't matter. I do. You don't matter to anybody. I do. You can't get information like this from our phone calls and meetings in 15 years. No amount of money. No amount of money got you even one conversation between any of my people at all, because you don't fucking matter. I do. My son does. You don't. You don't matter. You harass people all day, and they've had enough of it. They've had enough of you. Okay? Nobody likes you because you horrify people. We can't imagine what kind of demented monster would do what you do. We can't imagine it. You're not normal. You're not. You're demented. You need to be locked up. So a lot of people right now cannot wait for that day when you're locked up and you can't hurt another human being, and you can't starve one more person, and you cannot rape another woman or child, and you're gone, and they're fine. Finally, they're fine. And we're safe, finally. So you don't have this kind of thing, and I do. So when you say, I can't believe she's doing this, I can't believe you're stupid enough to say something like that. I really can't. Okay, that was not a voice I recognized. So this was not somebody that I'm used to hearing all these years. So I'm guessing maybe that was Gerard. I don't know. He's kind of a new name that we have. The guys don't tell me everything. I'm shit on my own on some of this stuff. Okay, so we get this, and these guys are basically talking about what your next plan was. We want to get her to have that owner of that club, tell her it's just a misunderstanding, come back to work out here so we can get to her. We can get access to her, where we have all this more ugly, horrible stuff planned. Okay, the club is done and over with. The bridge is burned. The ship is sailed. I put up with a lot of shit that we knew good and well all along that you were having them do to me for you. And I said, the last thing I said is, they hurt me for you for the last time. I don't trust them. I never trust them. Okay, so we're done with that. That's over. Close the book and move on. You guys have a terrible time moving on when something's over. Okay, so what he was basically saying is, what they tried to do is say that she was stealing money. And what they did is, they'd go to her and say, you were short in the drawer. And so pay half and we'll call it even. So then they start adding up the other half, and then they were trying to say that she just refused to pay the other half. And I'm like, every time, very consistently. So I worked there for like 2 years. What about the other waitresses? Because I was there when the owner sometimes would tell the other waitresses the same thing. So we all stole money? Okay. Also, we did a whole podcast on why they did this, and it's extortion, and how I sat my boss down and I told him, you cannot do this, when it was a different waitress. Here's how you have to do it legally, because what you're doing is not legal. It is illegal. So I'm going to show you how to address issues when your drawers are short by law. And I did. And I very carefully and methodically went through all the things you need to do, Paul, so that when somebody's short in your drawer, you can collect it without it being a crime to do so. Okay, it's extortion. You cannot go to somebody and say the drawer was short and you owe the money. We don't have to take your word for it. We don't have to take your word for it. You have to prove your accusation. You have cameras all over the place for that purpose. So I sat down and watched the cameras, and I wrote down, here's the transactions that she caused the drawer to be short. And so she owes you the money. And you can show her where she did it. Here's what she did. She overpaid another girl $20. By the way, that was her sister-in-law. So funny that she paid her of all not the other dancers, her. Second of all, she stuck $100 in her pocket. I mean, you can see it on the camera when somebody does something with the money. That's why you got cameras. And he didn't listen to me. And then we had, the situation where I'm taking pictures of the dancer sheets before I turn them in. So I make sure nobody changed anything after I turned it in. This is evidence. It's my custody. I'm going to take a picture of it. Then before I turn it over to the custody of another person. Because it's evidence. We've been talking about them doing this forever. Because we have conversations of yours and you don't have them of ours. Remember? 15 years worth. Okay, so we had 2 years worth of these kind of conversations when they were when they were doing this all along. Because this was about a year, this was about a year and a half to 2 year period of time that they're doing this to me. And we knew it. And we're documented as they're doing it. They had weekly meetings to try to figure out how to get me fired. Okay, we have all that. We have all of that. My attorneys have that. As it happened. Not afterthought. Try to explain some away, some bullshit I came up with out of my ass. When you had a meeting, we typed it up just like this. And then I went to work and I knew what to expect. And I knew what to do. And I didn't flip my shit. I already knew. I expected it. We heard your meeting. Just like we heard this one. This phone call. This was a phone call, I believe. So, when you read the blog, this is the stuff that's on it. Okay, when you hacked my phone, so you know everything I have, pretty much. Right? You know what I have. You know when I know beforehand what you're trying to do. It's on the blog, or it's on Facebook, or both, or I have a file on it somewhere, or I send an email and you watch every email I send. So why don't you already know that we already know what specific? These aren't vague things. This is specific details on exactly what you said you were going to do in your meeting. Here's our crime, and here's what we intend to get out of committing this crime, and here's the manner of which we intend to commit the crime. Specifics. Every time you fucking have a meeting, pretty much, we had 98% of the time we get it. So, Gerard, if you're new to the game, and I don't know where you've been crawling, hiding in a cave or something, I mean, we've got millions of these. So, during the time I'm at the club, we already knew what you guys were trying to do. We were expecting it. So what they thought that I would do is all of a sudden the amount did jump. It was like $70 here or $60 there. Pay half and we'll call it even. Okay, here's the $30. $30 isn't worth really arguing about, is it? Pay half and we'll call it even. Pay half. Now, if you're saying that to all the waitresses, in fact, sometimes in front of me, then why would it be different for me than them? Did you think about that? No, probably not. Then I'm the one that's told you can no longer take pictures of dancer sheets. Oh, really? Why? Why would that be? What could be the reason for that? The other waitresses kept on taking pictures of dancer sheets. I was the only one told I couldn't. You know why? Because it's evidence. They don't want pictures of evidence. But the problem is that they didn't also think through is that this is the paperwork showing money in, money out. And it's called the dancer sheet, but it was our basic accounting for the night. And where the money, what money came in and what money went out and where it went. And so before I turn it into the boss, after I've counted the cash drawer to make sure it all matches up, I take a picture of it. Because once I hand it to them, they can change it. It's handwritten. They don't do computer stuff. We tried to get them to, but they wouldn't do it. Because now everybody's on a POS system. So we kept saying, to get on a POS system, you don't have to worry about all that stuff. No, we got to do handwriting. Okay. Okay. Well, then I want a picture of it. Because you can change it. You could change a 3 to an 8 very easily. And it'd be very hard to tell. That's what you did. But I'm accusing you now of changing evidence after it's left my custody. Okay? And you won't let me document what it looks like when it's in my custody before I hand it to you. So now you can't prove that you did not. So you just shot yourself in the foot. Good luck with that. Right? Okay, so what he did is he jumps the amount up. All of a sudden it was $200. I'm like, no. By the way, also he's back there behind the bar too. So he could have slipped $100 in his pocket and I wouldn't have seen it. I go to the bathroom, I do stuff. A couple times when I've gone to the bathroom, I have actually put my phone up and filmed myself. So that I don't have to go in when I'm off work and watch their cameras. I want to catch up myself on my own phone. Plus, it's my property then, not theirs. It is their property if it's on their cameras. So, But I didn't always do that. So he could be slipping money in his pocket. Because remember, they have meetings weekly with Charles or Jacob or whoever and their people trying to figure out how to get me fired. So you can't steal from himself. It's his club. He can stick $100 in his pocket and say, "Well, you took 100. Now the drawer's 100 short," and then put it right back and not tell me, right? Mr. Perry, if you contact me, I'm going to find out stuff like this right here. Every contact, every problem, every loss. Okay, you just did it again. You're invading my privacy to contact me, and I don't want to hear from you. I don't want to hear from you. Okay, you already harassed me all day. When is it going to be enough? Is it getting you what you want to sit there and act like that, like a jackass all day, and harass me in the privacy of my home, in my phone? Can you just get a life already and fuck off? Okay, this is not a phone call. I'm recording a podcast. Okay? So, when he said, now all of a sudden we've jumped it up and it's 200, they were expecting me to say, okay, I'll pay half. Or, do what we always do, pay half and we'll call it even. In that way, I'm admitting to some extent that I caused a shortage in the drawer, even though I'd written them a letter that said, I'm not admitting to stealing money. I'm not admitting to just making a mistake. I'm taking your word for it because you've not given me any proof at all. And that's in the podcast about the extortion. You've not shown me by proof that I've caused any short for you. For all I know, you did that. Or there may not even be a short. Maybe you're changing paperwork. Okay. So, I'm going to tell you right now that this is not an admission to fuck. But in good faith, acting in good faith, I'll give you half because you asked me to. Okay, it's $30. I can handle $30. But you need to understand, this is not an admission of anything. Not an error, like I just made an honest error. And I sure don't steal from you. Okay, so that letter was texted to him. Okay, and that was the understanding every time he did that. You were short in the drawer. People make mistakes. They're going to maybe count wrong or something. There's a difference between someone who made a mistake and someone who actually just stole money. A huge difference. And you can usually tell by watching the cameras which one that was. Okay, so when he said this $200, I go, I don't think so. Nope, not that much. I don't make that kind of mistake. Well, okay, so show me on the cameras. Nope. I don't have to prove it. Well, I don't have to take your word for it. Well, you pay it or you don't work here. I said, okay, then I don't work here. And I walked out and that was it. And I handed them the key and said, I'll never be back here. I'm done. I'm done with y'all. So that's how I left it with him. And I don't want anything to do with him. Okay, I don't want to do anything to do with you or anybody has anything to do with you. So even if somebody called me and said, I have a paralegal job for you, if I knew you guys were involved in that in any way, since you sit around and go, let's tell her we'll get a paralegal job. I don't want a paralegal job that has anything to do with you. I don't want any job that has a fucking thing to do with you. I have a job, and that's catching your crime. When you're in jail, the guys can finally pay me. Right now, they can't because you're always up in my bank accounts because you stick your nose where it don't belong. And they knew you would, so we had an agreement from the beginning. You're going to have to wait to get your pay because he's going to get in your accounts. That's what he does to all the women who are his victims. And so he'll see who we are. Do you mind waiting? And I said, well, no. I think at the time we thought this might be a 1 or 2 year deal. We didn't realize it was going to be 15 years. But you're like the onion. You just keep, there's more. Isn't one can of worms after another. But I agreed to wait, and nothing's changed. Okay, so, it's really none of your business, is it? But the thing is, I could make money just fine. You're taking my money. You're interfering with my money, and I don't like you. No one likes you because you do that to me. He's talking about that here, too, with the DoorDash. They took over her DoorDash app and wouldn't let her make any money and had her pulled over all the time using the DoorDash app. I only got pulled over all the time when I was DoorDashing or right after I finished. You'd know where I was, though, right? It's just bizarre the things you people do to women. And then you can't figure out why you don't have these kind of things right here, conversation. Not one of ours. Not even one. Not even one. Nobody wants to help you with that. Nobody wants to help you with that. I will never go voluntarily with you in a million years. I'd rather be dead. So when you sit on your fat, ugly ass and say, I can't believe she's doing this, you mean you can't? Oh, let me back up. What that was supposed to happen was if I said, okay, I'll pay half, they were going to call the sheriff and say I admitted to stealing and refused to pay or whatever, so that I walk out and the sheriff puts me in jail. So Mr. Perry can sit me down and think, you're going to go with us. You don't have a choice. We're going to kidnap you, basically. And this was supposed to be at Christmas. Merry Christmas. You get kidnapped, raped, and tortured and murdered. Yeah. Okay, but I was told what to expect, so I knew what to do. Didn't I? Yeah. And we had gotten everything out of the club we wanted to get. And yes, Hunter, his real name is Shane Cook. That guy is, I think that pretty much it's common knowledge he's involved in the crime. Deep in that. So, without divulging more than we really want to before a criminal trial, that's all I'm going to say about Hunter. His real name is Shane Cook. Okay? But I assure you, he does not want to work with me. Not again. Okay? I know too much. I know more now than I did when I was working there. So, I don't have to divulge. We don't tell you everything we have, do we? No. So, your harassment paid off for me. See? You keeping me from my son and trying to make me broke and lower me to your skank of a level, your low-hanging fruit, ghetto, bottom rung bullshit, paid off for me, didn't it? So what happens is, you do something like this to me and it makes my guys really mad. How can you do that to a woman? How can you do that to anybody? But why sure shit not a woman or a child? What's worse is even a child. How can any person do this to another human being? Any human being. But what's worse is they're doing it to women and children. So, we need to put them in jail. We really need to wrap this up and get them put in jail. And that's what this guy said. There's no other way to get them to lay off of her until they're handcuffed. Because people have tried to reason with them, and they're crazy. You can't reason with crazy people. They're living, breathing proof of that. And you can't fix their stupid. They're living, breathing proof of that too. To their own detriment, they do it anyway. To their own detriment, they continue to harass her anyway. To their own detriment, they continue to cause problems for her anyway. To their own detriment, they take things that don't belong to them anyway. To their own detriment, they destroy her property anyway and cause problems for her. To their own detriment, they get caught when they do it to her. They do it anyway. Or do it more. So, I'm sorry, but if they won't even listen to the guy in the White House, they're not going to listen to you. They don't listen to anybody. They have it all figured out. Let him find out the hard way. Maybe you should have fucked off. Maybe let him find out the hard way. So you make my people mad because you're doing horrific things no normal person could even think up, much less do. And then you get caught because you did it to me. And then your people are all mad because you got caught. Now at the end of the day, everybody's mad. Now how is that productive for you? Because we get something out of it, see? We got this out of it. We're going to use that to put you in jail. Okay? For a criminal case. Okay? This this one necessarily, because this is talking about you guys. It's more the ones where we're quoting you planning something to do to me than just someone else, talking about. This is more like hearsay, but we have plenty of you talking. I can't believe she's doing this. Refusing to voluntarily go be raped, tortured, and murdered. What could possibly be wrong with a woman who doesn't want to voluntarily go be raped, tortured, or murdered? Unbelievable. So, at the end of the day, you got both sides mad at you, Mr. Perry, because you did something that got everybody else caught. David did something that got everybody else caught. Hunter did something that got everybody else caught. So you got both sides mad. And then what does that do? What objectives does that achieve? When you get everybody mad, my people mad, we get some out of it. This. They're going to try to get her back to the club. Get her ex-husband to tell her he's not paying her rent anymore. You don't have a choice. Go back to the club. So the bad people have access to you. So very bad people have access to you. Because they can't get to you now. Right now you can't. Well, I tried to get a job and you wouldn't let me. So that was your choice, not mine. Right? I mean, not that I want to do anything you want me to do. But, I mean, I'm benefiting. When you take from me, we take from you. You cause a problem for me, we cause problems for you. You've never had before. Right? This is for keeping me from my son, making me broke, invading my privacy, and harassing me all fucking day. All fucking day, that's all he did, is harass me. Harasses me, I'm gonna get you. Are you? You've been saying that for 15 years. I'm gonna get you. Why would you want to get me, huh? What kind of moron are you? You know, you... So we got all that, and now everybody can see, you know, we got it. Go ahead, do you want to delete it? You like deleting evidence, Mr. Perry? Charles likes changing and altering and deleting evidence, accessing accounts that he's not authorized to be in. Does it all the time. You know, there's stuff that he says I said, I didn't say, you said it. You type right over my typing, or get into Facebook, or get into my emails and start changing shit. Send stuff to people I didn't want to have it, and delete people I did want to have it. I mean, you've done this for years. Don't you have a life? You're just such a bore, you know? No life at all. Just harass people all day. Not professional, and not what businessmen do, and not what elected officials do. It's just stupid, boring, weird stuff. You're weirdo. You just weird stuff you guys do. You know, you want to have, you know, you want to go around and cry that I called you weirdo or whatever. You know, what else am I supposed to call you? You know, we have the right to form an opinion and state the opinion. And if you want to have people talk about you differently, believe me, you've been called worse by other people. Then act right so everyone can form a different opinion of you, sir. Because this is on you. I mean, you're doing things that we call weird. What else are we supposed to call you? And if sometimes it's not you, sometimes it's Gregory or Sonjay, one of your other people in my stuff. So, you know, which one do you get, Judge? How do we prove which one did what when? I mean, it's weird for a man to hack women's stuff and start changing stuff and deleting evidence and changing content and without permission or consent. I mean, you don't think it's weird. I don't know what to tell you. We think it is. I mean, we've been saying the same fucking thing for years and years and years. Repeat. This is the guy at the White House. Talked to you 2, 3, 4 times here. This guy. Can't you get him to lay off? Well, the White House told him to lay off, and if that didn't work, nothing will. But they think they know everything, so, you know, let them figure it out. And, this was the White House. This was someone else. This is the White House. 2 and 3, 4 times they talked, and finally the guy's like, they think they know everything. I mean, they're calling me because what they're doing is not working. It's not working. They're just pissing everybody off. They're calling me, wanting me to fix it. I can't fix it. You have to change what you're doing, and you're not willing to do that. So since you think your way's working and you know everything, you figure it out. Quit bothering me. Don't call me again. And he literally said that. So, I mean, I don't know who... And then we got some stuff updated on the disclaimer. And, I mean, it's always just the same fucking thing. Everything with you people is a repeat. You know, you don't have a life, and you butt in everybody else's business, and you get in everybody else's shit, and you tear up other people's property, and you make everybody else's life a living hell. And then you can't figure out why nobody wants to go with you or help you or get you a name or get you a conversation of ours, right? Well, you know, like he said, you know everything. Figure it out your fucking self.